Hello and welcome to the Sacred Gates Ascension podcast. My name is Ilura and today we're just going to do a little practice session on relaxing the quads. So the quads are the part of the body where the legs join the body. So just to give you demonstration, these are your quads here. Yeah. So the quads are an extremely powerful part of your body. And I would say they are probably the most major sacred gate, apart from the mind, which is on the mental body level anyway. But the actual quads, that physical gateway, is the most powerful sacred gate in your body. And many of us have like that very, very tight. When we get scared, without even being aware of it, that area naturally tenses, fight or flight. And so the quads often over the years of life get quite tense, quite stuck, and the energy gets blocked and doesn't allow it for the energy from the earth up the legs to travel up into the rest of the body and energy bodies, and equally the heavenly energies and the higher body energies from the body up here don't get to flow down through those sacred gates. And so many of us are walking around with our quads completely closed or partially closed, and they can actually feel painful. I remember I had a client I was working on, and she suddenly became aware of her quads, and she realized that actually were kind of like aching. So we did a lot of work on them, and a lot of stuff was releasing from the quad area. So this whole entire area is extremely crucial to work with if you want to be able to absorb higher energies through your body. It helps with standing Qigong practice. It helps when you're seated. So we're just going to do a seated practice today. So just become aware of your quads here. Now, qua is a Chinese word, and I forget the English word, not linguini, that's pasta, but there's another word for the more Western style name of it. But qua actually encapsulates the whole energy body system of that part of the body, and also the spiritual and physical as well. So just become aware of your quads. Place your mind into that area. So just become aware. You want to become familiar with that part of your body. So there's one on the left-hand side, and there's a qua on the right-hand side. And what I want you to do is, just so you can become more aware of it, I want you to tighten it up. So you're actually going to go like this. So tighten it up. Tighten the quads. Yep, tighten, kind of like progressive relaxation. Tighten, and then relax. Notice how when you relax, you physically release, you actually sink down lower and deeper than you were before, okay? So just say if you were up here with your quads, you tighten, and then when you relax, you kind of go down to a deeper level of relaxation than when you first began. So just notice where you are sitting in your bones, how your perineum is positioned, your tailbone is positioned. Tighten. You might also end up tightening your shoulders, but you don't need to. But just tighten that whole area. Tighten the quads. Really tighten those lines. They're quite in the front there. And relax. So there's a lot of energy that is used to tighten, and equally that whole lot of energy is released when we relax it all. It's very, very nice. So we want to practice relaxing the quads. So I'm going to now guide you in relaxing your quads while sitting. You can sit cross-legged or you can sit in a chair. I do recommend sitting in a chair. It does help you to have your feet on the ground to help feel your quads a little bit more, perhaps, especially if you're haven't been so aware of them up until now. So you can either sit in a chair, you can stand if you want as well. Make sure you have your knees a little bit bent, or you can sit like this. So let's just give this a try. So I'm now going to switch to a Tibetan bowl vibrational tone. And every time you hear that tone, I want you just completely to relax your quads as much as you can. Now, when the tone is not ringing, you do not need to tighten them again, but just keep relaxing at the level you're at. So you're going to hear the tone, and you're going to relax and use that sound. I will guide you to relax your quads, and then there'll be like a pause of just simmering and sitting in the quality of change, and then again a goal, and again relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. So I will guide you in order to help you to relax and release your quads. Now when you do standing Qigong, it is an extremely powerful way to open your quads. It is the most powerful way to open your quads, because you have the obstacle of the legs, in a sense, the weight of the legs to have to deal with, which really puts you in driving seat of feeling your quads and opening them. So I do have a good visualization. It's like this gateway here. So that middle stone that you can see in this stone gateway is actually called the keystone. And apparently the keystone keeps all those other stones in alignment and upright. And your quads, your perineum, your tailbone, your genitals, your lower dantian, that whole entire area there, that is like the keystone for your legs. So your legs are like running down the outside there on the side, on left and right pillars, in a sense, down into the earth. And so that may help you. There are other visualizations. See what comes up if that helps you. Okay, so getting nice and comfortable, whether you're standing cross-legged like myself in Burmese position, or Egyptian pose, which is sitting in a chair. Let's get started. So sitting comfortably, whether you are cross-legged or sitting on a chair, make sure you feel supported with cushions. Make sure you're sitting comfortably. You can also do this standing. Make sure you have your knees slightly bent and your feet parallel, like as if they're on train tracks, shoulder width apart, if you want to do standing practice. And whether you like to have your eyes closed or open is up to you. And just finding your hands comfortably resting on the tops of your thighs. You may want to place your hands over your lower dantian, whatever feels comfortable to you. And just becoming aware now of your quads. Feel your left quad with your mind and your right quad. Feel your left quad. Now feel your right quad. And can you now feel both quads together, left and right? Good. Just become aware of your perineum, which is that little space between your anus and your genitals. And also just become aware of your tailbone, also known as the coccyx, which if you had a tail, that's where it would start. So it's the very bottom of the physical spine, the vertebrae of the spine. So when you hear the Tibetan bowl, allow this whole area, just release, just relax. And when you try to relax these quads, if you've got a lot of stored tension in them, you may find that you are trying to relax them, but they've just got that clutch response, a certain amount of tension, and holding is keeping them up. Now that's okay. It takes time sometimes, even when we mentally are ready and we're trying and we can release a little bit, we can still feel that there's like a build-up of tension. That's okay. We don't want to ever try too hard and so hard that we end up bringing a lot of hardness and rigidity. That's not the goal. So just, if you find that when you do these kinds of exercises that you get stressed about it and you feel like you're not able to do it and you're trying really hard, just kind of like let go of trying. And what you'll often find is that it just kind of, what you want to happen, that level of relaxation that you'd like to have, will happen naturally. So you may not be able to release all the tension in your quads, but if you just let go of trying, you'll find that you are able to release more than you will if you're trying really hard. And so when you hear a Tibetan bell, the sound is very beautiful, very resonating, very whole and complete. And there's very much a start and then a fading out of the sound waves. So allow your ears to really infuse and saturate, allow your quads to saturate and marinate in that sound. And see if you can allow the sound of the Tibetan bowl to enter into your body, to enter into your quads, and allow the sound to just resonate and heal that area. And as that sound fades away, It's very helpful for the mind as we want to be falling up into the light, following that very subtle fading away feeling, fading away sound. So as the actual sound fades away, also see if you can tune into your quas also melting and fading away as they soften and soften and soften. And what you'll find also helpful while you're listening to the Tibetan bowl and relaxing your quas is for your awareness. It's what you do with your awareness that really helps you to get the most out of this healing. So to use your mind, your awareness, your consciousness, feel your quas, both your quas, and just feel them and continue to kind of move through the sensations as your quas open, expand, deepen, broaden, and release. Follow that experience. You will also notice that as your quas relax, other areas of your lower dantian and other areas of your body also relax and release and often move down closer to the earth, moving with the forces of gravity. So you may notice that as your quas relax, your lower lumbar spine also releases and relaxes. This also includes the movement downwards slightly of the tailbone. So just be aware that other areas of your body will also be shifting in alignment with this important release. Let's get started now. Allow your mind to incline towards the feeling of floating that can arise in the qua areas as they relax and realign. And if you feel that you are vibrating into tension, just allow yourself to relax your tummy. Allow more softness, more letting go, and allow your quas to find their own alignment. A lot of us store tension in our lower back and our shoulders and our chests, and as our quas release, it becomes more obvious. We feel like we cannot release our quas without slouching and collapsing certain areas. This is just a meditation and healing for this moment. So if it helps you to release your quas by collapsing a little bit certain areas, I think that is okay, so that you can fully feel the quas opening, and in time you can work on your alignment overall and correct those collapsed areas. for the last gong tone. So how was that experience for you? How different do you feel from before you did the healing, the qua opening, to how you feel now? Those contrasting states are really important because they show us the power of this kind of sacred opening of our body and spirit. So just pay attention to how you feel. And again, while you are washing up, cooking, talking to a friend, in your car, make sure you bend your knees when you are cooking and washing up, but you can actually open your quas while you're doing many, many things. So the more you can open your quas, you're going to find that your lower back pain, if you've got some, will diminish, most likely. And it is going to show up where there are taut, collapsed, conflicted areas also, because when you come into alignment, all the contrasting, misaligned parts become more obvious as well. So I'm really glad to have shared this beautiful meditation with you, and I really hope that you got something out of it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and share this healing with others if you feel that they could benefit and would like to. Bye-bye for now. Bye.